sexy ass.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How you doing?
How are you, guys?
Doing awesome. Doing great. Give a second while the drummer sets up the phone.
Yeah,
okay,
just
okay.
a moment.
He's doubling as the video operator as well.
Yep. Hi.
Hi.
Can you see him? The
yeah, I can see him.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go. I always like to start the interviews asking about the names, and I wanted to know what is the history behind the name, behind Citi Zēni.
Oh, well, the history
What's your
is
name? What's your
very.
name first?
Yeah, my name is Giannis. I'm existing in the band.
Hanging out with musicians.
Yeah, I'm hanging out with musicians. That's my primary role. Yeah.
My name is Rainis. I play the keyboards.
My name is Robert, and I do the bass, sing, and production.
Hello, Robert.
Thank you.
Hi, Robert.
I'm Douglas. I play saxophone and sing.
Hello, ladies.
Hello, Matit.
Yeah, I'm Tom. I play drums.
Yes.
I'm Christianis, and I play guitar.
Hello, Christian.
Hello.
And together we are at Citi Zēni. Our history is not that long ago. We were created 2 years ago. I guess that there are only a few days left until our
Which
birthday.
is the date now? Which is the date
It's
now?
the 20-something.
We have like 5 days, and we will have 2-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
As brothers.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. And yeah, what we've done in these 2 years, we released an album. We've gotten a ticket to go to Eurovision, which is awesome.
The Latvian Grammy thing?
Yeah, we're going to the Latvian Grammys
On
this
Saturday.
weekend.
Oh my God.
That's going to be fun.
4 nominations.
Yeah, we have 4 nominations, which is wow, awesome.
Oh my god.
We fought each other for like 100 times.
Yep, we're fighting all the time, and we're really happy to be here. That's about it.
Okay. But how did you choose the name? How did you choose Citi Zēni as the name of the band?
Well, the name was it's a derivation.
That word.
That difficult word. It was created from the previous band name, which was for me and Rainis. We were in a band before, which is called the Citizens, and then we were figuring out a new name because we had a new group of people, new members, new sound, and a different approach to music than we've done before in our lives, and but we didn't want to lose the history, so it's a derivation, the difficult word, from the Citizens to Citi Zēni, which in English translates roughly to other boys or different boys, or however you wanna interpret it.
These boys.
Do you have any bands or I don't know any musical references, and maybe also in Eurovision?
Oh, a bunch of them.
Yeah.
A bunch of them. Well, we love music in general, but let's go for one by one because I think that we're.
Well, we have the
Different
general one. That's not from the Eurovision.
Let's start with the individual ones. And then
Okay, sure. Sound like yes, like Sonic, Robert Glasper, from funky side. Actually, I love Fearless Flyers.
Charles Whisper.
Careless Whisper.
Wow.
Well, the many influences. Actually, you can see each one of us has a playlist in Spotify containing songs and artists, multiple genres actually that we influence from.
So we
And
have
like
one
this.
playlist for the whole band, and then for each of the members individually as well. But okay, let's go for the next one, Tom.
I really enjoy actually what Justin Bieber does
yeah.
these days, actually with the live arrangements and the live stage shows and everything. It's just bonkers.
Nice.
I was actually going to his concert in LA in 2 weeks' time, but I'm not going because of work we need to do. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the sad part of the Eurovision that you have to cancel some of your personal plans.
Full-time
Yeah.
job.
full-time job.
Yeah.
Douglas.
Well, I would go with Anderson, Bach,
Oh yeah.
Name?
definitely.
Yes,
Big
well.
influence as well. Yeah.
Yes.
For me, it's I think he's a Swiss or Norway guy. I don't know. Oleg Ruud. He's a funky guy who like a lot of cool arrangements. That's my biggest influence for Citi Zēni.
Yeah, for Citi Zēni, I guess I would name Tom Misch and also Bruno Mars. Some influences, but for the past music, just some other artists, indie artists.
For all of us as well. Well, Earth, Wind and Fire.
Yeah.
For life.
Definitely. Yeah, for me, I don't know. It really is. It's a huge mix. I enjoy Mac Miller. I enjoy Doc MC at the same time.
Yeah.
Which so it's a weird salad of everything. Yeah, it's a fun.
Nice point. So you are a band. You are 6 of you, and how do you prepare to go in before going on stage?
We have our traditions.
Yeah.
We have our traditions. But I guess individually we have our traditions, and then as a band we have our traditions. I know that I have a lucky underwear that I wear on important events.
It's
Yeah.
his only underwear. He's wearing it every day.
He's always lucky.
The secret in there is just he just wears 2 pairs of underpants. It's lucky at that way.
But yeah, as a band we have some traditions, I guess, but we need to keep those a secret because otherwise.
There's one thing that we do usually. We can say that is the word vacuum pump before we go on stage together. It's for no reason. I don't know why we started that, but it's a funny one because like everybody's getting ready for the show. We're like in the background, vacuum pump. Why the hell does it do that? Nobody knows. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, we're not the smartest band, but we are a band.
Right.
Yeah. So you won your selection in Latvia for going to Eurovision. But do you have any other favorite songs in your selection apart from yours as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
We've spoken about this quite a bit, I guess. Each of us has a favorite song. For some of us, it differs. I'll start first. I really enjoyed Aminata's song.
From Latin.
Yeah, from Latin
Yeah,
selections. Yeah. From Supernova.
That's lots.
I would go with Aminata as well. Yeah.
And that was great. Yeah. Really great.
Anybody else? Want to have somebody else?
I guess I'm not true, but I really liked Rich Itch by Matthew Neal. Very great staging.
Yeah, but
He's
for me,
good,
it's not anything new. It's Aminata. She's always been there, like on top for me. So she's a great singer and
She's always on top.
Oh, right. Oh,
yeah, we're a band. We're a band.
PR scandal.
But yeah, I think we enjoyed a lot of songs in the national selection, and we were very proud to be a part of this year's selection because there were a lot of legends participating, at least in our view, and it was really fun. And somehow we managed to place number 1, and now we're going to Eurovision, and we're really happy about that.
and honored.
So, is your first time trying to represent your country at Eurovision, or have you ever thought about maybe presenting yourself and try to go to Eurovision?
I guess Rob had applied before.
Yeah, that was like I noticed that on the day of the finals that was the 4th time for me to participate in Supernova. I started like a few years ago with another band, and then I went as a solo singer. I didn't make it, so yeah, 4th time lucky, I guess.
Yeah, for the rest of us, the first time and yeah, you were drumming for Adam as well. But I guess that really ties into us as a band that we have experience prior to assembling in this shape and form.
Yeah.
And that experience really does make us better, I guess. And we have some baggage with it. And at the same time, it also makes this feel really right because all of our experiences have combined in us joining forces in this group and in this shape. And I think it's the best one that we've been in so far.
Yeah, we're just like brothers.
Power
We love
Rangers.
each other, yeah.
Bromance.
Yeah. I love you guys so much.
And was it yourself your only option, or have you written or maybe have more songs
I can tell you, we started to write songs for Supernova half year ago. Like we had 30 of them, and one of them was only a topic about eat your salad, and it was written on the last day. We had 2 camps, songwriting camps, and on the second camp we wrote another version, but it didn't fit the Eurovision like feeling, and that's why we came back to Riga, and we sat down with our team, and yeah, we had our minds put together, and then we thought, why not to write again Eat Your Salad, and this is the end result.
Yeah. So we did make the decision of going for Supernova and actually trying to go to Eurovision lightly, because we understood immediately what it would take from us, and at the same time that it's a huge responsibility. So the first thing that we needed to do as homework was to understand, is there a future to us writing music in English? And that's why we wrote a lot of songs in English, to test ourselves out and to see what we could do with it. And ultimately, yeah, and then we had a large selection. We selected Eat Your Salad. We finalized that song, and right now in parallel we're actually working on our second single and finalizing that one. So
And
there's
the
going to be a
second album for
yeah,
us,
there's going to be a second album.
we will have
In
an
English.
album
Yeah.
in English. Spoiler alert. Yep, go.
Sounds amazing. So talking about Eat Your Salad, are you planning to maybe make any changes to the song, or you are going to keep it just like it is?
Well, we're not going to be changing the song per se. There are some details that we're working on in regards to the mix, in regards to the staging of the show. But yeah, the song is finished. Once it's finished, I don't think it requires much more changes, because ultimately this is the song that people voted for in Supernova, and this is the song that we should bring to Eurovision.
What will be different, I think it will be a live version that we're working on right now. So we will do a live version with we just had an idea with the orchestra maybe or something like that. So huge.
And then that's one of the things that we're not allowed to maybe represent on Eurovision. That our core idea is that we are a live band. We have been releasing music before Eurovision. We will be releasing music after Eurovision. So we need to stay true to ourselves, and the best way how we can do it is to show off how we're playing live on a larger setting. Let's put it like that, and create a live arrangement. It's going to be nice. It's going to be awesome. Bonkers.
Huge.
So in your selection, you were the favorite to win the odds, but among the fans, it was Aminara. So did the victory catch you by surprise, or did you expect it?
We didn't expect
We
it
didn't
at all.
expect it.
Yeah, I think we really couldn't expect it. The reality is that everything is happening very quickly for us, and it's been quite a joyride, and we were never focusing on how we can that we will be winning. Of course, when we applied with the best song that we could write at the moment.
We were ready to deal with the responsibility of the Eurovision outcome. But,
in the end of the day, it's a contest, and you can never predict things there. It could have gone either way, and I think that it made for a great show. That there was intrigue until the very last point.
Yep.
So you are finally going to Eurovision. So what kind of act or what kind of staging do you want to make there in Turin? Have you seen the stage?
Yep.
Yeah, we know the stage. We know it very well in detail. We're working pretty hard on figuring out what we want to update in our performance. What we do understand is that there is no bigger stage than the one in Eurovision. Maybe not by the size of it, but even actually in the size as well. It's massive. It's massive. And we also understand that that's the place where we can do something completely out of this world, because technically anything is possible there. I mean, if we would want to fly in on a jetpack to the middle of the stage, probably that's the only place in the world where we would be able to.
If Giannis wants to be told, he can on that.
That's the only thing I can do, probably. But yeah.
So I have to ask it. How are you planning to say the peace song in Eurovision if you are not allowed to say it?
Yeah. Well, we have been paying attention to the rules, and we understood immediately as we submitted the song that we would have to censor the first line, and that's fine. We wanted to also spark a discussion about censorship in the Eurovision. Why is it okay to show sexual content visually? Why is it not okay to be singing about eating vegetables and pussy? So that's a discussion that we wanted to spark, and at the same time, I guess that we can't reveal our plan for it, and it is that the rules say that we, as the performers, cannot say any profanities.
Okay.
But that does not apply to the audience, both sitting at home and in the arena. So we really hope for your support to hear the word live in the place where it's supposed to be. I think that everybody knows where it has to be. And that's the reason why we're keeping the place silent. We're not going to be putting in any sound effects there. Nothing. We want to hear your voice, because pop music is made by the people, for the people. And yeah, you should be a part of our performance.
We are applying for Guinness World Record for this part. It should be
the most people saying pussy at the same time. That's the Guinness World Record that we're applying.
And is there any other word or phrase that you are not going to be allowed to say, for example, my sausage is bigger, or that phrase you can say there?
Yeah, we have not had any complaints from the EBU so far about any of the other lyrics, and ultimately, well, I have a response about that line. So if I would now have this big of a sausage in my left hand and this big of a sausage in my right hand, this one is bigger, and that's that. So there's nothing bad about comparing sausage sizes. It's the same as I'm smaller and Robert is bigger. There's nothing sexual about it. About him. Nice. But yeah, so far no complaints have been received, and if there will be, we will definitely be fighting for that, because ultimately we knew about the first line. It can be considered a profanity. We don't want to be offending anybody with it. And about the rest of the song, if you pay attention to the context, is it really that bad that we're using metaphors that are sexual in the sense, because the song's topic is being green is sexy. We need both the being green part and also the sexy part in order for it to work.
So now that you are going to Eurovision, have you listened to any other Eurovision songs competing this year? Do you have maybe a favorite?
We do.
Yes.
We
do. We have listened to everything that has been released so far. No, actually not everything. The things that were released in the last weekend, I haven't listened to all of them. But so far, my favorite is Channel Slow-Mo. Everybody else, Free Place 2.
Like a few days ago, it was Lithuania, but now it's Subwoofer.
Same, exactly the same for me. A few days ago, it was Spain, for me, not Lithuania, but Spain, and now it's Subwoofer. Because, yeah, they seem fun.
Yeah, they are fun.
We enjoy both salad and bananas.
Yeah. You can have a fruit salad.
Yeah, fruit salad. Fruit salad.
Oh, that's amazing. I personally,
I
personally love them.
This year is Italy's Brividi. Yeah.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah. I love all of them. I have only seen live Chanel. I will see her live, I think, because I'm from Spain. But I love them. All of them. Amazing. And your song as well. I think that it's amazing. So
I hope that we a Eurovision fan event in Spain.
Right.
We have received invitations for that. Yeah, and we're planning on going. So hopefully you will be there, and every Spanish fan will be there. And yeah, let's meet up there, and then we can chat face to face. That would be nice.
You are planning to come to the pre-party here?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Because I'm going. I will be going. I will be going both days.
Sorry?
I will be going to that pre-party, so that's why I asked you.
That's awesome. Let's meet you there then. Great.
Yeah. I will be there. So, what are your plans? You have said that you have written a lot of songs, but after Eurovision, you are going to make an album. I think, right?
Yeah.
That's the plan. I guess what we're looking forward to doing after Eurovision is probably taking a week off from each other because now we're spending 8 or 9 hours a day together, which is it's cool, but we also will need some time to rest.
It's just not healthy.
It's just not healthy.
And
And then on top of that, we're hoping that the summer will be full of concerts. We're anticipating that a lot. Our schedule is already pretty full.
Yeah.
If you want to invite us to Spain in the summer, we're going. We're dropping everything. We like warm weather.
Yeah.
We like and then for the rest of the year, I guess we have a really tight schedule that we need to abide by. But it's all about enjoying the trip now from now on.
Right.
So your song might be considered as a joke entry. So do you guys think that maybe that kind of joke entry or funny song might help you in order to get a good result in the contest? Because you are in the first half of the first semi-final and you are one of the favorites of that half. So maybe?
Yeah. Well, firstly, we want to clarify that our entry is funny, but it's not a joke.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what we've been emphasizing all this time, that the song is an oxymoron in its deeper sense. It's a paradox that we're trying to talk about a very difficult and complex and maybe even depressing topic in a fun and simple way, right? And so we hope that people will see it, and we hope that people are able to hear that already. And additionally to that, about performing in the first half, it doesn't matter to us. I guess that we're going to do our best nonetheless, and hopefully that pans out.
So in which way do you think that you will make a difference in order to be remembered in Eurovision history?
Well, I think that there have been songs about environmentalism before. Nobody has done it in the way that we have done it. From a lyrical perspective, also musically, I think we're quite different from the rest of the contestants. It does sound simple what we're doing, but actually it's pretty complex, and there's some complex harmony.
Some great chords, man. Some great
chords, great stuff, and
arrangement of it is
so.
Lovely.
I guess what we're going to leave behind us is hopefully the message. That's the reason why we picked this song. What? Yeah, that's the reason why we picked this song. And being green is sexy. If people will remember that, we've done our goal.
And just to finish this interview, what is the best advice that you have been given in order to go into Eurovision?
Well, I think that the tweet that we have been repeating quite a lot. So last year's contestant Daddy Frere was competing with Dario Gagmanik. He tweeted this one tweet that really sums up what we're trying to do, and you can't say it better, that not all things that are not serious are meaningless. In our case, we're trying to say something that is fun, but that is meaningful at the same time. And that's what we're trying to do with the staging, with our interviews, what we're talking about here. We are fun, but it doesn't mean that we're not meaningful in our messaging.
The correct quote is not everything meaningful has to be serious.
Yes, okay.
But,
better wording, better words.
Words.
So, as a finish, do you maybe can send or say something to the people that will watch this interview?
Oh yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. So, eat some veggies, love each other, and hopefully we'll get to taste some pussy too in the near future. So that's about it. We're Citi Zni. Love all of you. This was fun.
So thank you so much for this amazing interview. You were amazing, guys, and hope to see you in Madrid in person.
Yeah. Cheers. Bye.